Thank you. So, are we fans of Leonard Cohen? Okay, Karlovy Vary, in the Czech Republic. By the way, this place is beautiful. It's amazing. It was such a revelation to me. Seriously, I've traveled in a lot of places, but I've never been here, and I've never seen this, and it's spectacular. And you know what? I'm not keeping the secret. I'm gonna tell everybody. Everybody should come to Karlovy Vary. Everybody should come to the Czech Republic. This is a Leonard Cohen. So about this time of the night, I usually tell a story, but I'm not 100% sure if you're understanding me. Okay, well, we'll do it in the democratic way. When I count 3, you shout out song or story, okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the year is 1994, and I'd done a lot of independent movies in Australia, and I'd started traveling the world and working overseas. I get a phone call from the famous Italian director Bernardo Bertolucci. So of course I want to go and see him and talk to him, you know. I go around to his house, and Bernardo is watching football. He's watching Italy lose really badly to Brazil. Come the end of the game, Bernardo, he doesn't want to talk so much anymore. So I end up talking to his wife. Lady's name was Claire Peplow, and she was a film director. She was about to go off and make a movie. She gave me the script, I read it, next thing you know, I'm on board. Here's a funny thing that happens to me when I read scripts. There's certain things that'll be in the scripts that are a little bit uncomfortable, and I just put them to one side of my mind, and I think, to be dealt with later. I'll give you an example. The Darren Aronofsky script for Noah. One scene in that says, and Noah will plunge nearly naked into the ocean off the southwest coast of Iceland. So my mind goes, to be dealt with later. So in the script that I was about to do, there was a scene that said, my character would be unconscious on the ground, and a spider would crawl up my body, up my neck, and into my open mouth. To be dealt with later. Anyway, we start the film, we shoot in Guatemala, we shoot all the way through Mexico, you know, all these beautiful national parks and state forests. And I'll tell you, if you ever get the opportunity, go to Mexico. What a beautiful country that is. One thing you got to do when you get there, though, just make sure the people around you, as soon as you can, make sure that they know you're not American. They don't like the Americans so much. Anyway, so we shot in Guatemala, we shot in Mexico, now we're back in America. We shot in Santa Monica, and then I see on the call sheet, the next day is the spider scene. And we're going east of the city out to a place called Lancaster, to an old studio that hasn't been used for years. So next day, I go out there, and the producer of the film, an Englishman, he meets me in the car park. Hello, Russell, how are you? Ready for a big day? I said, yeah, man, this whole spider thing, how are we gonna do that? Is that like just a CGI thing or something? He goes, oh no, Tarantula Man is here. What? Yes, Tarantula Man is here. He has brought 6 specimens, and the director has chosen the largest. But Russell, don't worry. I just want to assure you that in situations like this, the Tarantula Man can milk the venom from the creature, so it's perfectly safe for a situation like this. Have a lovely day. Anyway, so I go into the studio, They show me the bit on the floor I'm supposed to lie on. It's surrounded by these really old-fashioned lights called Klieg lights. They give off a lot of heat. And they say to me, see, here what's going to happen. The tarantula is going to be placed on your chest. The tarantula man will give it a little tickle, tickle, tickle up its ass. It will run up your body, up your neck. Major thing that you have to do is keep your mouth open, because if you have an open mouth, the spider will head for the open orifice. And then, as soon as it goes in your mouth, tarantula man will pluck it out, and that's the end of the take. Okay, cool. So I lay down on the ground. They put the spider on me. Action, tickle, tickle, tickle. Up it comes, up it comes, up it comes up my neck, into my mouth, and then tarantula man plucks it out of my mouth. And I'm thinking, good little spider, one take wonder, beautiful, it's going to be a short day. Oh no, we're just going to change the lights and do it again. Take 2, take 3, take 4, take 5, a live tarantula is crawling into my mouth. After the 5th take, I find myself standing next to Tarantula Man, so I thought I'd just make a little polite conversation, you know? And I said, hey, pretty cool how you can milk the venom from the spider so we can do things like this. And the Tarantula Man goes, you can milk the what? So my one and only safety net didn't actually exist. And here's the thing with those Klieg lights, I'm so hot now, you know? My whole body's heated up. I mean, 1, from the lights, but 2, adrenaline. And I got a live tarantula crawling into my mouth, so, you know. Anyway, take 6, take 7. The spider comes up my body, and it gets to my neck, and it stops. And it just spreads its legs out. Now remember, at this time, I'm kind of hot and sweaty, very moist. It spreads its legs out, it just starts pushing into my neck, pushing in and pushing in. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on here? And Tarantula Man gives it an extra little tickle, and up it comes into my mouth and plucks it out. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck was that? Take 8. Take 9. 9 takes with a big, hairy, and when I say big, bigger than my hand, hairy tarantula going into my mouth. Anyway, the next day I woke up and my chest is covered in a rash. And it's down my legs, on the backs of my hands, up my neck. I call production, they call a doctor. Doctor comes to see me. I explain what we were shooting the day before. He goes, oh, right, okay, I see. Well, young man, what has happened to you is that when a tarantula becomes aroused, it ejects these small, fine hairs from its legs. And they're so fine, they can easily fit straight through a human paw. So what's happening in your body right now is it is full of tarantula venom. However, it's not enough to actually damage you, so put this on, take this, you should be fine in about a week. So here I am, I'm just standing here telling you this story, and this is something that we can Google if you want, we can check it, because I'm pretty sure that in the history of cinema, I am the only Academy Award winner who's been fucked in the neck by a tarantula. Okay, I'm going to sing you a song. I know you know this song, so sing it with me if you want to. Thank you. Here's the thing. Long time ago, I was born in New Zealand. I moved to Australia with my family when I was 4, and then we moved back to New Zealand when I was 14. But when I was 21, I decided that I wanted to go back to the place that I felt was my home, the place that I'd spent my formative years. So I went back to Australia. And in New Zealand, I'd been doing nightclub gigs, I was touring with bands, I was releasing records. And when I got back to Australia, none of that meant anything. So I had to quickly work out how I could make a living. So what I did is I put on my stage clothes and I took my guitar to wherever people were and I just sang on the streets. I paid my rent. I barely lived, but I lived. Most of the time, my life was split between, or amortized between having enough money for fried rice and cigarettes, and that's how I got by. And I did it for about a year. Here's the thing though, this might be your favorite song. And if it is your favorite song, I just want to apologize in advance. Because a long time ago, I changed this shit around. I know it's got a melody, I don't use it. I know that the verses go in a different way, but they make more sense to me the way I do. So anyway, this is a song for those of you all the way out the back there, near the Pilsner Urquell tent, where I was last night. That's a good beer, nice and cold. This is Johnny Cash song.